a warm welcome to Newswatch here on Hope TV, where we bring you news that made headlines today. Hoping you had a lovely day. My name is Melissa Oduor. On the sign language tonight is Boniface Mureithi. Newswatch begins now. The Evangelical Alliance of Kenya, EAK, has raised concerns over the 20 million shilling donation to the Jesus Winner Ministry Church led by Bishop Edward Mwai by President William Ruto during a church service 2 weeks ago. The EAK leaders have additionally urged church pastors and other religious leaders to be cautious while receiving donations and offerings from political leaders and advised them not to announce the amounts donated to the congregation to their communities. Here's Ian Mungithi with that story.
It has been nearly 3 weeks now since the Jesus Winner Ministry Church received a huge donation of 20 million Kenya shillings from the President William Ruto. Various church leaders have since condemned the move by one of their own, especially given to the public announcement of the huge amount by the President.
Sioni shida kupokea sadaka kanisani. Pengine tuseme wale ambao wanaleta walete kama wengine bila kutangaza wameleta, kwa sababu unapotangaza sasa inaonyeshana una lengo fulani, lakini ukitoa tu kama kawaida vile wengine walitoa na haikutangazwa ni sawa, na kazi ya Mungu lazima iendelee na tunahitaji fedha.
To show people, it should be out of our hearts. So if somebody gives an offering to build the church, it is not wrong. If somebody gives money to build a church, to build a school, it's not wrong, or a hospital, or even to support soul winning, evangelism is not bad.
Speaking earlier today during a meeting to discuss their key issues of implementation this year, the EAK committee chairperson Bishop Peter Njau has stated that it is important for pastors to accept donations that will be used to build churches and spread the gospel to the Christians.
Wonderful time to discuss our vision and our dream as we go forward. We want to win 1 million souls this year and disciple 1 million souls, baptize 1 million souls, commission 1 million souls. Giving in itself is not bad. It's godly, is in the Old Testament, is in the New Testament. Jesus himself encouraged us, and that's the only way we can support the gospel. Even for us to build those churches, we need finances.
Additionally, the committee's secretary Bishop Miko Andipo has congratulated the Gen Z youth for conducting peaceful demonstrations Sunday to call out the clergyman for receiving funds from the politicians. He noted that the Gen Zs were fighting for the future of their country and emphasized that they need to strategize on how to demonstrate peacefully to avoid conflicts and confusion in the country.
We know and we understand that they are concerned about our nation. We cannot deny that fact. And so what they need to do is to engage, but in a positive manner, in a way that will not cause commotion. So going to church to occupy, to demand for the money that was given as an offering to the church, the way they do it is what matters. It might not have been in a good way, or the best way to go and demand that money that way.
The EAK now has called upon pastors and other Christian leaders to be keen while receiving the donations and offering to avoid inconveniencing the church and the community at large. EAK. Reporting for Hope Newswatch, my name is Ianson Mongeria.
There between the clergy and politicians. Moving on, the Council of Governors has slammed Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Badi for skipping a critical meeting that sought to establish mitigation measures to address the impact of US President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw funding for critical services in Africa, especially HIV and AIDS response. In a meeting that brought together the county governors' body, the Ministry of Health, the National Assembly Health and Budget Committees, the National Syndemic Diseases Control Council, and the National AIDS and STI Control Program, Nyeri County Governor Mutahi Kahiga, who also doubles up as the Council of Governors Vice Chair, proposed the need for the Treasury to budget for HIV response in the 2025-2026 fiscal year. The health sector in Kenya is projected to suffer a 30.9 billion shilling setback following US government's decision, with health stakeholders now urging the government to move with speed and secure alternative financing to forestall future service disruptions to localize service delivery mechanism.
If we are sitting in this room talking about what is supposed to be in the budget of 2024, 2025, or 2025, 2026, and you do not have that figure in the BPS, it means, other than the cup of tea, it is nice we met, but there's nothing we are doing. Makueni, for example, has done the mathematics about how to reorganize. The proposal to reorganize, the proposal to integrate has to be followed by resources. Those resources, we have estimated at the most minimum per month is 8 million shillings, and every county has those figures. So just like Ayan Waiguru, thank you for tea, but there's nothing we are doing.
Honestly, for the National Treasury not to turn up, even send a permanent secretary or somebody who can, that's why I said, you must be able to give us an answer. For you just to come here and tell us you are going to take note, honestly, it's not serious. It's not serious. We are talking about a very serious matter in this country. And therefore we expect some seriousness from Treasury, National Treasury. Please, that we cannot take.
Meanwhile, the Council of Governors is now demanding the immediate settlement of areas by the defunct National Health Insurance Fund, NHIF, and inclusion of HIV and AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis care and treatment in the Social Health Authority SHA Care Program. Makueni Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr. has faulted Health Cabinet Secretary Deborah Barasa for failing to institute proper structures that will make the new health scheme work. Addressing the press, Governor Mutula Jr. demanded an immediate resignation of the Health Cabinet Secretary if she fails to address critical issues raised by Kenyans, noting that since NHIF was replaced by SHA, Kenyans have been unable to access quality and affordable health care.
SHA is not working. Kenyans are complaining. So to Moses Kuria, when you write your advice, just say, from me, that Kenyans are unhappy, very unhappy about these medical schemes. They're not working as they should. So Waziri, please call us into a serious meeting where we can tell you the truth about what is happening on the ground. SHA is not working, and we must make it work. And if it doesn't work, start writing a speech about something that is called exit. The proposal in this to integrate HIV, malaria in SHA is a legislative proposal. It can't just be a statement.
One of the things we need a quick fix on, payment of NHIF payment dues. It is a serious issue. It is affecting us, and how we are able to sort it out fast as possible, the better for all of us. We have some facilities owed close to 100 million. So how we can be able to sort out that will go a long way in terms of ensuring the facilities are able even to be able to do some of their human resource issues.
President William Ruto has pledged his government's commitment to create job opportunities for the youth, pointing out that a long-term solution to unemployment in Kenya lies in equipping the youth with skills, knowledge and competencies in technology to meet the demands of the current job market. Speaking while on his third-day working tour of Nairobi County in Dagoretti South, Dagoretti North and Westlands constituencies, the president said the government is opening digital hubs in every ward in effort to equip young people with the necessary skills in technology. President Ruto explained that going digital will be a game changer in transforming the economy, creating much-needed jobs and driving financial and economic inclusion. Addressing residents, the president also expressed satisfaction with the economic impact that affordable housing, universal healthcare, online jobs, agricultural production and development of infrastructure continued to have on the lives of Kenyans.
Shida na Nairobi kubwa sana na vijana ni kukosekana kwa ajira. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Ni kweli ama si kweli? Na ndio mliona Jumatatu nilianzisha mradi mkubwa ambayo itaajiri vijana wa Nairobi. Vijana 50,000 wa Nairobi watafanya kazi Climate Works. Watusaidie kujenga ile sewage line kilomita 60. Na watusaidie kujenga nyumba 50,000. na watusaidie kuhakikisha kwamba tunasafisha Nairobi. Vijana wa Kawangware, vijana wa 56, muko tayari ama muko tayari? Muko tayari? Mimi nataka niwaambie hivi, kuanzia tarehe 1 mwezi wa 4 tunaajiri vijana wengine 18,000 wa Nairobi County katika hiyo program ya Climate Works. Na nimesema vijana wa hapa 56 lazima waunganishwe na hiyo mpango ndio waweze kupia kuchangia katika kupeleka Nairobi mbele na kushughulika na mambo ya maendeleo ya Nairobi.
Story takes us to our first short break here on Hope TV Newswatch. We'll be back with many more stories lined up just for you. Don't go too far.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Hope TV presents News on the Go, every day at 4 p.m. for all the breaking news and news making headlines. Hope TV, look and live.
Wake up every morning to an exciting moment of worship. With a powerful inspiration from God's word.
Psalm 84 verse 4 says, "Blessed are those that abide, that dwell in the house of God." The blessing is on those that dwell, those that abide. They have made the house of God their abode.
The kingdom of God is already with us in the present time we are in, but it will also be fully realized at the end of the age. But the kingdom has been prepared by God.
On Hope Devotion every Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Only on Hope TV, where you look and live. Coming soon. This November.
He's the God who raised up Moses in a palace only to use him in the wilderness, and raised up Joseph in the wilderness only to use him in a palace.
Young person, God is at work within your heart. What does it say? He is at work. It's him who is at work in you.
If you are going to be successful in the service of God, it calls for sacrifice.
We get to appraise what God is doing, and by his invitation, partner with him.
Come on, keep moving. He's inspiring you to challenge that which seems impossible.
What he would require of us is to declare, "Send me, Lord, send me, Lord," regardless of our background.
Only on Hope TV.
Welcome back. Now, the National Assembly has installed new committee leaders in a bid to remove those seemingly sympathetic to ousted Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and foster the broad-based government approach whose pact was signed between President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga last Friday. In the changes, Alego Songa MP Samuel Atandi was elected unopposed as the chairperson of the National Assembly Budget and Appropriations Committee. Atandi now replaces Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro. Atandi will be deputized by Endebess MP Robert Pukose. In the Public Accounts Committee, Butere MP Tindi Mwale was elected, beating Rarieda MP to the ballot by 9 votes against 6. Now, in the Constitution Implementation Oversight Committee, Runyenjes MP Eric Karemba was elected as chairperson. Karemba replaces Githunguri MP Gathoni wa Mushomba and will be deputized by Tiati MP William Kamket. And Turkana West MP Daniel Nanok and Limuru MP John Kirago have meanwhile been re-elected unopposed as chairperson and vice chairperson, respectively, of the Committee on Parliamentary Broadcasting and Library. The Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs Development Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya has reiterated the government's commitment in transforming Kenya's economy by driving the cooperative subsector to its full potential. Speaking during the launch of the 2023-2025 strategic plan for the State Department for Cooperatives, Oparanya said the strategic plan seeks to address 11 key result areas, among them policy and legal framework, cooperative governance, aggregation, marketing and adoption of information communication technology. CS Oparanya has further called on all cooperative stakeholders to join hands in their quest to transforming the sector, which has for the longest time faced numerous setbacks, among them mismanagement of cooperatives.
Cooperative movement is actually complex. Unless you understand it well, it's fairly complex in that we have circles there. Circles have done well because of maybe having SASRA to supervise them. But those in agriculture sector have had a very big challenge. And the fact that the technical office or the supervisory office has been targeted to the Commissioner of Cooperatives, and the fact that there has been no proper capacity in that office in terms of resources, in terms of human resources, also financial and human resources, it has been very difficult to supervise these other cooperatives to ensure that they are doing the right things. And that is an area that we need to focus on. And this complicity of shared functions between county governments and national government, unless we agree, that will be very critical for us.
The Ministry of Health now says the strange disease that has caused consternation in Kisii County is still alive, as 11 new cases have been reported in the last 24 hours. According to Public Health and Professional Standards Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni, the ministry is working closer with the Kisii County government to combat the disease, including distribution of aqua tablets and practice of best hygiene standards. Consequently, the ministry has announced that it will start deworming school-going pupils as well as treat drinking water.
At least in the last 24 hours, we have seen 11 new cases that were reported, bringing to a total number of confirmed cases to 168. The outbreak has primarily affected 8 villages, with Amarondo village accounting to 64% of the reported cases. Preliminary laboratory investigations have confirmed contamination of water sources, which is a significant contributor to the outbreak and hence making the water unsafe for consumption. There is therefore need for urgent interventions to ensure that the water is safe for consumption. And to mitigate further spread of the water treatment, water treatment is rolled out, including distribution of 44,350 aqua tabs to the affected households to improve water safety. Community engagement remains a critical pillar of the response. Community sensitization, again, efforts are underway with CHPs conducting door-to-door sensitization to educate the residents on water treatment and sanitation, poor hygiene practices, and safe water treatment methods. Additionally, mass deworming exercises are planned for school-going children to prevent further health complications.
And the move by the Cabinet to approve the elevation of the Kisumu-based Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital to a Level 6 facility has received praises, with local residents saying with state funding, the hospital will now offer better health care for the local residents in the entire Western region. As a Level 6 hospital in a state corporation, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital will provide advanced diagnostics, treatment, and surgical interventions, hence significantly reducing the need for the people to travel long distances for specialized care. The hospital's managing director, Richard Lesiampe, said the hospital will be managed by the Ministry of Health and will also create a hub for medical training, fostering the next generation of healthcare professionals, while improving the overall quality of health services in the region.
Yeah, becoming a national state corporation entails so many other things. One, it will also assist us actually to get additional staff, who will provide also impeccable services, and this also is going to improve the economy of Kisumu and the environment. Because one, what we are seeing is that having more additional staff, having more additional specialized services, this will also improve on our health outcomes in this region.
Business now, traders have expressed hope that they will be able to sell their wares in a safe, well-lit spaces. This follows the commissioning of the Mathare North Market and launching of the Ruruta Market in Nairobi by President William Ruto. The modernized working spaces will accommodate 1,305 traders dealing in fashion and hair design, fresh produce, eatery operations, mitumba and juakali products. Mathare North Market is 85% complete, while the Ruruta Market will be done within the contracted period. Now, the Mathare North Market will have 305 slots for doing business. 40 shops will occupy the perimeter section around the market plot, 102 stalls for fresh produce, while 161 stalls will be reserved for clothes and wear traders. Meanwhile, Ruruta Market facility will see vendors' stalls for 1,000 traders constructed, and will also have a dispensary for healthcare services, storage facilities for traders' merchandise, administrative offices, food courts and stalls for refreshment services, and an ICT hub. The State Department for Housing and Urban Development Principal Secretary Charles Hinga said the two markets are aimed at creating diverse business operations for skilled fashion designers, hairstylists, fresh produce traders, mitumba sellers, juakali artisans, and give farmers avenues to sell their surplus produce. The Pest Control Products Board has assured farmers in the country that pesticides currently available in the market are safe for use. Board Chief Executive Officer Patrick Mushiri issued the assurance while dispelling fears that some pesticides are banned in developed countries. Speaking during the opening of the board's North Rift Regional Office in Eldoret City, Mushiri noted that relevant state agencies have properly assessed and approved all the pesticides in the Kenyan market. The board CEO further pointed out that the opening of their office in Eldoret will help them build the capacity of county extension staff on responsible pesticide use.
We expect this office to bring now those services of ensuring there is the ingested product, and also to ensure that people understand what they are supposed to use as we move forward. So moving forward, even those people want to have their products analyzed, because sometimes we need the analysis of the chemicals in the food. This office is going to guide them on how to do it. I'm sure you are aware that Pest Control Product Board even has a big laboratory in Nairobi where you do a lot of analysis, so that one will assist us to ensure that that service is brought near to the people here. And I'm also know that farmers in this region, they also do a lot of they produce for export. And one of the things why some of our produce not get to the international market is because of use of an unregistered product. So let the people of this use this office, and I can assure you the market is there and our people won't be safe.
So there has been a knowledge gap between what is on the label and how the farmers are using their products. So as you are all aware, agriculture extension services are involved. That is a preserve of the county government. However, the Pest Control Products Board, being the origin of all information about pesticides, we have a duty to build capacity of the county extension staff so that they can be able to advise farmers appropriately. And one of the functions of this office here will be to build county extension staff capacity on responsible use of pesticides.
Ola Energy has announced a commencement of a strategic business restructuring process aimed at significantly enhancing its profitability and market share in Kenya over the next 5 years. In a statement, the energy products and services retailer said it had in the past year initiated a rescue action plan to turn around its trajectory. Hence, the restructuring will reverse the trend and position it for sustainable growth. It said due to the foregoing challenges, it has found it difficult to sustain its current fixed costs, hence the need to implement a redundancy program. Sports now. The Confederation of African Football CAF President Patrice Motsepe has been re-elected for a second term of 4 years. Motsepe was re-elected unopposed during the 14th CAF Extraordinary General Assembly in Cairo, Egypt. That was also attended by FIFA President Gianni Infantino. Motsepe's new term to lead Africa football will run from 2025 to 2029. During the elections, former Cameroonian football star and current FECAFOOT President Samuel Eto'o secured a seat on the CAF Executive Committee by acclamation. The 44-year-old emerged as the sole candidate representing the Central Africa region and makes the final 6 ex-core membership. Golf legend Tiger Woods has had surgery after rupturing his Achilles during training at home, casting doubt on his participation in the Masters, which begins on the 10th of April. The 15-time major winner had hoped to make his comeback at the Augusta, but has not seen a timeline for his recovery. Woods, who last played a PGA Tour event in July, also missed the Genesis Invitational in February following his mother's passing. He is now ruled out of this week's Players' Championship at TPC Sawgrass. According to the doctor who performed the surgery, Tiger is expected to make a full recovery. And the long-awaited trial of medical staff who treated the late Argentine football legend Diego Maradona has begun in the capital, Buenos Aires. Maradona was convalescing when he died of a heart attack at his home in 2020, aged 60. He had been recovering at home from surgery on a brain blood clot earlier that month. Prosecutors allege that Maradona's death could have been avoided and accused the hospital staff of medical negligence. The defendants say Maradona had refused further treatment and should have stayed in hospital for longer after his operation. They risk prison terms between 8 and 25 years if convicted on the charge of homicide with possible intent. Newswatch here on Hope TV. Thank you for your company as we brought you this newscast. My name is Melissa Oduor. Boniface Muredi has been on the sign language tonight on behalf of the entire production crew. Have a good night.